Okay, we'll start here at the beginning of the video. A few seconds here, show you the route that was taken by the Uber driver. Also, that the Uber driver dropped me off at Audi, Ontario at 11:35. Anytime you see a transition from dark to light, I need you to look at the timestamp in the upper left corner. So the short of it was I met with Danny Paez at the Audi dealership. I was dropped off by Lyft. I guess it was not an Uber, Lyft at 11:35. I talked to her for approximately 10 minutes. She gave me the car keys. I got the car and left. The route taken was up Hermosa. Normally takes about 18-19 minutes. You'll see that at the very end of this video. This video has been edited basically to cut out dead space. Right now, if you look at the time at 12:08, that's when I pulled in the driveway. I sat in the car tinkering for an additional 14 minutes or so, maybe 16 minutes, trying to figure out some different things. I can produce the entire video if you want to see it, but it's actually pretty boring because I'm inside the car. And actually, you can see it go up and down as I'm playing with the ride height and some other things. The short of it was, after sitting in the car for 16 minutes or so and tinkering, I got out of the car, went to my garage keypad, opened the garage keypad, the door via the keypad. My wife that is a man cave, by the way. That particular garage is a man cave. Talked to my wife for a brief second. And as I got out of the car, of course, I'm always inspecting the car because it's pristine, other than the very front clip that has a number of scrapes on it on the underside. But entered my garage, said hi to my wife. But as I exited the car, I looked at it and I saw what looked like a scratch. It ended up being a debris, some kind of sealant or glue, kind of like a tar material that must have come from the inside as the person was working in that area to test or change some different things in the frunk of the car. I did get a towel, some alcohol, to see if it was a scratch, and it wasn't. I was able to wipe that out and wipe that off. This is what I'm doing here. Pretty straightforward. It came off and it was fairly clean. Oh, it took a minute though. The gentleman that worked on the car, I don't have the tech's name, did not do did not do a good job. I need you guys to find out who dented in my car. I mean, I'm going to stick on that regardless of whether it's fixed or not, because somebody there screwed up. Um, they did not use a fender guard, and if you guys have surveillance and you can look at when they're doing work on the cars, they need to be using, especially if it's a higher end car or more expensive car, they need to be using fender guards so that they don't scratch the paint. There are 4 micro scratches or scratches in the clear coat on the driver's side of the car, just outside of the frunk. All right, so at this point, it's 12:26. I've been out of the car for 2 minutes. I'm cleaning some different things that I see. I'm just looking over the car. I've been down. I see something on the door. I go to the back door. I'm going to clean that, and I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. And keep in mind, guys, if this is something that I was going to pull over you, I would have done it before I left the dealership. Trust me on that one. I'd have pointed it out right there in the dealership, but I just got in the car and drove off, unfortunately. At this point, I talked to my wife. I said, hey, yo, I don't remember exactly what I said, but it probably wasn't very kind, is that they scratched my car and they scratched my baby. I got the phone. I took a picture of it, and then I attempted to call. Let's see, the first call I made was to Danny, and that number that I used was the 292-9700. Of course, I told my wife, I was like, they scratched my car. 9700 doesn't really get an answer. It rings, it says it might be recorded in rings or something. I hung up that number and then I dialed a 909-292 1938. Somebody did answer there. I asked to speak to the manager or service manager. Well, note the time change every time it fades out and fades in. I believe this was 3 or 4 minutes. But during this time, I'm making the phone calls, trying to get someone on the phone that I can explain what happened. I guess my wife comes back out to take a picture and look at the damage to the car. And it really just pisses me off because it's a nice car. I'm hoping it can be fixed. I'm hoping you guys will be honorable. But not real happy because, I'm a big fan of with my employees. If somebody does something wrong, own up. I'm not going to eat your lunch for it. Don't do it again. Be more careful, that type of thing, and let's fix it, whatever it is. This looks like somebody did this and hit it. It did not let anybody know, and I'm sure they know that they hit something or ran something into the car. Um, the route from the dealer, like I said, to my home is 19 minutes. Okay, at this point, okay, video faded in and out again. At this point, it's now almost 28 minutes since the time I pulled up. I look around the car to see if there's any other damage. And then I get in the car and take off and go back down to Audi, Ontario. I meet then with Danny Paez again, Jeremy Wang, and they're looking through videos to see if the damage shows up anywhere. But I believe with the color of the car, that it's very, very hard, if not impossible, to see the damage just because there's so many curves and the light changes. The short of it is, though, is that when I pulled the car in, I pointed out what was wrong. Danny was very excellent in terms of using her camera to walk around the car, shoot the video, and see if there was anything wrong. She has that video, of course. I wish you guys would adopt the system that BMW Ontario has, which is a 8 or 10 scanner system. As you drive the car in, it takes high resolution video of everything as you're pulling in, and I assume as you're pulling out. At the end of the video, there is a 10 or 15-second clip of just the route. You already have the route, the time that it takes to get from Ontario Audi to my home. I think that's about it. Like I said, I hope you guys are honorable and we can get this thing resolved. Thank you. Bye.